chronic diseases or conditions of some of these students. Now, a student is exposed to conditions which undermine his or her health, at times occasioning death. And some of these matters have ended up at police stations, where you find a parent is choosing a school. The school claims the child had a medical condition which the parent did not declare. For example, you may find the child is not supposed to be exposed to any form of exercise. And you find a school exposing that child to moderate exercises. Feeding conditions. So some of these really need to be addressed, because they have ended up on the table of police, where you find the parent and the school are in very serious altercations over such communication gaps. Then we also, for the school administration, we have noticed most of these things we are communicating, we usually see them after they have come to police stations to report. Like, for instance, you will find cases of a missing child. But where there is a missing child, you try to draw back and trace the origins and the beginning points, where you can trace where the getting lost or the kidnap or anything of that kind could have begun from, and you find a lot of gaps. Somebody comes, picks a child from a school, and does not give his proper details. He uses a name like John. When you are tracing the record of who picked the child, you find that in the school record, the person who picked a child is John. And you know how difficult it is to differentiate the different Johns around this country. There are so many, they can't easily be detected, except if the school probably had, like, let's say, CCTV, so that we collaborate who that John was among the many Johns in this country. We have also before had instances where the school and the parent blame each other. The parent says, I dropped the child at school. The school claims that the child brought himself, or probably the parent just dropped the child at the entrance. Now, all these must be avoided. How? Schools need to have very clear protocols on who drops and how the dropping is done of these juveniles in schools, so that we avoid police cases. Then these ones, at least, even evidence is so recent. Things like safety. Most of these school premises, you see, do not care about certain safety requirements. You find a school having open manholes, and you know very well that children are highly playful individuals. They will be running all over the entire compounds. We receive cases of broken limbs, accidents, which are avoidable. And we end up charging heads of administration with negligent acts, where you find if you leave a manhole open in a school, where you should have anticipated that there will be children playing in that school, you can be held culpable for a rash and negligent act as a school administrator. Now, we come to these cameras. Media helps us to take this information. You will be shocked. We shall be back on this very table with the headmaster under arrest. Don't be shocked. We shall be here, and you will find us incarcerating a headmaster. Then he starts requesting for police bond, Oh, I have pressure, I have ailments. You have enough time to sort out these issues. Latrines collapse, and you find headmasters giving us excuses. So as police, we give you these warnings early, then we wait for you to make mistakes and we go for you. Fire safety. And we hear, you wait. You will hear of a school which could not prevent a fire which started with a candle. Please take these precautions very seriously. A fire extinguisher. And this one is also a call to our inspection teams. Surely, these are some of the non-compromisables where some of these schools stern action should be taken. How do you have a school of 50 children sleeping in a particular compartment without a fire extinguisher? And even when you have it, you need to train people how to use it. Because some of these accidents do not have time frames. They can strike anytime. So we call upon people that take very seriously some of these warnings we are giving. The second matter I would wish to share with you is a warning against fraudsters and hackers. I know very many of you have come across complaints of hackers who target WhatsApp lines, who target telephones. So it has come to a level where we feel we should communicate to the general public, and our CID units are saying we really need to give you this information, and you really try as much as possible to watch out. For instance, we have received the numerous reports from the of complaints of these fraudsters, and this time round, there are certain telephone contacts we wish to share. They are Kenyan, and they bear the following names. The first one bears the name of Dr. Howell Chirui. Now this one is a Kenyan number +254 73 500 2953. The second one is in the names of Dominic Kosek, and the number is +254 75 40 33 882. Then there is one in the names of only Ezra, which is +254 78 79 47 086. Lastly, we have one in the names of Kibet Chinandet, and the number is +254 105 218 443. These individuals have a tendency of blocking your WhatsApp account and sending you a verification code to re-register, claiming that you need to send money for the registration process. They further persuade you to send additional money, now with the promises of that you are going to win millions. Even if you didn't send this additional money, the money they grab from various individuals in the name of re-registration, is good enough. Now, they do not only end there. These individuals, when they succeed in hacking your WhatsApp account, now they reach out to the groups and contacts within your WhatsApp account. Now, people have been falling prey to these schemes. I know we have given you this where we have evidence on, but there are very many schemes where people have really fallen a victim. And essentially, when you understand it, they give you a code to which you subscribe or you let yourself into. And the moment you do, now you become a captive. One of the appeals we always make to people, you really need to have the sixth sense. How do you win money in a competition you never entered in? If you are going to win money from a Rotary, you need to first subscribe to a Rotary. But how do they tell you that you have won 7 million shillings when you have never entered into a competition? Then, secondly, can you please always listen to the advice of experts, of administrators? Every time and again, MTN, Airtel, and all these service providers have told you that in the event that you want to reach us, call us on these numbers. Or if anybody calls you on any number other than this one, you know that that is not one of us. And then you go ahead, and for you enter that skirmish draw. Now, sometimes it becomes very hard to help you. Why? Because the extent to which you contribute to your becoming a victim is so overwhelming. So we call upon people to desist from falling prey to these schemes and listen to the advice of the service providers. So these cases, as police, we wish to bring them to your attention that they are there, they are real. Avoid falling prey. Do not just engage into bogus schemes just because you probably want to get rich quick. The other issue I wish to share is the issue of which happened in Nakapiripirit, that is in our Mount Moroto region, on a village called the Kagata Production Village. Now here we registered the vandalism of assets within the government holding and the quarantine production center. Now, courtesy of intelligence from internal security, they managed to get information of vandalism that was being done on the holding and the quarantine production center. And this occurred on 29th January. So police immediately responded and we managed to apprehend 3 individuals, that is Angela Francis, Lomokol Jeremiah, and Losike Paul. These damaged the property, stole a number of items. Now these assets holding centers are very, very important. You'll recall that we are having a very robust campaign as security forces led by the UPDF in the fight against cattle rustling and theft. Now some of these holding centers are very, very pivotal in these exercises. Now these 3 individuals, at their own volition, come and steal and vandalize. So we have them in our custody. They stole water pipes, tanks, windows, barbed wire, essentially ravaging the place. So we have them in our custody, and we shall take them on accordingly. The other issue here is an issue in Greater Bushenyi. It is the reason why I brought it is because it's a heinous act which we felt we should bring to the attention of public, where in Shema district we had to apprehend one Ahimbisiwe Naboth, a 51-year-old male, and Ntoreine Regan, 19-year-old, both residents of Kamurinda Cell, Ruyinja Parish, Chigarama sub-county. Now with these ones, it is alleged that on 31st at around 9 p.m. One of them, who is Regan, had a quarrel with the wife that is called Namaganda Mariam, which has escalated into a physical altercation. And during the incident, his wife Mariam fled from the house and went to a neighbor's home where she spent a night. Now in the process, we don't know what exactly happened. Now in return, the next day, found when her 3-month-old baby, who was in the other house which she had fled from, had died, had been strangled, allegedly strangled. Now we have so far arrested these fellows. This is a very heinous act. It's not so different from the ones we have been bringing forward, where people exercise most likely revengeance acts, brutality on innocent juveniles. So these ones, we have them in our custody. We also have an operation in Wakiso on 1st February, where we carried out an operation in Kasengeje, on Kasengeje village, that's in Wakiso district, targeting criminals who coordinate and commit robberies, burglaries, and house-breaking offenses. And much as we got them in that area, but they conduct them in so many villages around. There is Chikokiro, there is Chisimbiri, and many areas around there. This operation, we managed to net 2 suspects, Sematimba Samuel and of Banda, Chiwazi village. Sematimba helped us also to arrest another one called Chivumbi Bashir, commonly known as Bandi. So we did a search in the homes of these 2, and we recovered the house-breaking implements, these huge metal cutters, hammers, knives, and also stolen items like flat screens, which they could not account for, so they are suspected stolen property. These ones also, we have them in our custody. I would like to end here with our English version.